Thank you very much, gentlemen. I don't know about, well, Deficio's got his thumbs up. I'm not sure about happy campers, though, when expectations for G2 were much higher coming into this tournament.
About those expectations, you're selling Spawn on saying they're going to finish second.
I mean, it's obviously not my fault. He can't analyze himself.
You're deflecting now. You're deflecting.
With that being said, no, I take full blame. You know, I'm fine with that. I'm perfectly fine with it. Like, this game...
Do you hear that? Deficio takes full responsibility.
That's disgusting to watch.
It was against SKT.
Yeah, sure.
And we don't know how far ahead of the rest of the world they are, because it looks like they're pretty damn far ahead.
Even then, like, so SKT obviously is playing near perfect in like almost every game they're playing since the playoffs.
Yes.
But specifically, the second Rod of Ages was a beautiful
that was the key one.
And the flash on top of the dead body was really crucial in the victory.
And then G2 saying, guys, teleport timers, 20 seconds-ish, then we're ready. Like, all right, let's all in bot lane. Faker TP down. Who could have guessed? You know, these kind of solo queue mistakes are what G2's making now.
Let's just go even beyond that. Kicker's in the top lane. I don't even know if his skill order is like correct at the start of that game. He just gets shoved out by Poppy. Like, Poppy should not be able to do that at the start of these games. He's just losing pressure. Like, then all of a sudden his mid laner has to teleport top. They're just snowballing arrows around the map. Then it bleeds into bottom lane. And the jungler, like, you know, we're sitting there going, like, Trick isn't playing that well. When all three of your lanes lose, like, what do you just throw it over your shoulder and...
Makes it very hard to operate in that situation. I mean, we mentioned too the first blood in the bot lane coming from the turret dive, Hybrid and Emperor sticking around far too long for absolutely no reason when Trick is on the opposite side of the map. If you don't have the jungle support, then you can't sit under your turret against a level 6 Alistar.
And when your AD carry has 2,000 gold, hasn't even gone back once and he's low, you just recall. You give up one wave at tower because you know the dive is coming, you have no teleports. Again, G2 is playing much more like a solo queue team. Their communication seems completely off. Every player is trying to make individual outplays when they don't have to.
But let's look at what actually SKT did in that dive, because they always take like the 100% sure thing. We're not going for anything more, and we're just gonna like keep accumulating this gold lead and then crush you with it. Because they turret dive, get one person, they burn one ulti, and no flashes, no exhaust, nothing. On the opposite end, what was a guaranteed kill? 3 summoner spells burnt to like try and save someone that was 100% dead.
Yeah, SKT plays so clean. They let us see how messy G2 really was coming into this one, and they need to clean it up as they hope to like play back into shape throughout MSI.
Saying, here's the scary thing: you're starting 0-2 in a double round robin tournament. You only have so many games to play, and when the rest, when the rest of these teams are all at least 1-1. Or better, that you're jockeying for top 4 against, you put yourself in a really big hole.
The only positive thing about this for G2, and now we're talking really, really small, is the fact that they had SKT on day 1. So if they really need more time, more days to like get back in shape and like whatever fix communication, having SKT now is fine, because even at 100%, you weren't expecting to beat them.
Right, it's an assumed loss.
We are talking small positive, because the way they're playing right now is off.
And the other thing is, right, SKT, they play against the wildcard region and a slumping EU, but both of their drafts and their clinical execution, anyone watching that game, you're like, it doesn't matter the team, they're just playing the map by itself and the pick ban phase so damn well. This is a team that, like, even though they're smashing people, they're doing it before they even get on the Rift.
Yeah, and it's something about Comey, he always has very good draft phases, but at the same time, he has the absolute best players to work with for it. It's like, okay, what would the strongest theoretical composition be?
Right.
Oh, by the way, we're great at every single one of those champions.
Yeah, all my players can play that.
They're not hindered by that. Like G2, they first picked Echo over the Rise. Maybe that's because Kikis thought he would need it in the top lane, because he definitely didn't play Gragas very well. I think they picked themselves into a corner, and we've seen other teams like Origin in Europe had to first pick Kindred.
Yeah, let's go back to that first pick.
SKT doesn't have any of those problems when they're doing this draft phase.
Yeah, absolutely not. But and you know, we saw the double target ban to Faker in the mid lane. We saw the Zillion Azir, and then Rise is left up, and you don't first pick it on the side of G2. What's going on there?
I mean, I agree with Jad on this. I kind of feel like it's them saying Kikis can't play against Duke's Echo. So right now, we will take it away and we can always flex it mid. The problem is just you leave yourself in almost losing situations no matter what, because the composition from SKT, we're close to the perfect composition in terms of like S-tier picks in the meta. Like with Sivir, we know for Korean teams still being such a strong pick. So they just got absolutely everything. I didn't mind the Braum pick come in. I didn't mind the Graves, because it's something they've done before where they give Kindred early to then take Graves later. The first pick is just where it goes wrong, because if your answer is then flexing Echo mid and putting the Gragas top lane, which Kikis couldn't play, like at all. He missed almost everything in this game. Your draft falls completely apart.
All right, well, SKT, another dominant victory for them. Back to the drawing board for G2 eSports. Shox, though, is standing by with SKT's two-time world champion, so let's head downstairs for a word.
Thank you very much, Dash. I'm standing by here with Faker himself after going 2-0 on the day with SKT. First off, congratulations, of course, Faker. It looks like some of the other teams are having problems on the first day playing here, yet you guys look fantastic straight from the start. How do you think you did on day one of the tournament?
페이커 선수 우선 승리를 축하드립니다. 지금 1일차에 많은 팀들은 지금 경기력이 난조를 보이면서 좀 힘들어한 모습 보였었는데 이제 SKT1 팀은 가뿐하게 2승을 거뒀는데요. 1일차 경기력에 대해 평가한다면 어떠신가요?
우선 이번 1일차에서 저희가 생각했던 것보다 좀 더 잘 나왔고요. 이전에 저희가 연습 경기를 다른 팀들이랑 좀 많이 해봤었는데 그때는 좀 저희가 최대한 열심히 했음에도 불구하고 좀 많이 졌거든요. 근데 그렇기 때문에 좀 운도 좀 좋았던 것 같아요.
So I think we performed very well for our first day. During scrims before the tournament, even though we played our best, we struggled and lost a lot of games against other teams. So I think for today, we had some luck during our games, and overall, we did pretty well.
Well, I do have to ask you about your last game here specifically versus the European champion G2, and a lot of eyes were on Perks versus Faker. Of course, we want to know your opinion on the team and maybe on the mid lane matchup in specific.
이번 매치업이 어쨌든 유럽 챔피언과 이제 한국 챔피언 그리고 특히나 이제 유럽에서 가장 잘하는 미드라이너 손꼽히는 이제 퍽스 선수와 페이커 선수의 대결이었는데 많은 이제 관심도 모아졌고요. 경기를 해보니까 이제 상대 미드라이너 선수 퍽스 선수나 이제 G2 팀에 대해서 어떻게 평가하시나요?
G2 팀이 일단 이전에 결승전을 살짝 봤었는데 그때는 굉장히 잘했었는데 오늘만 봐서는 좀 그때 경기력이 많이 안 나오는 것 같고 이대로 가면 좀 G2도 많이 위험할 것 같아요.
So we watched their final game at the EULCS, and we thought they were a really good team at then. But I think today they kind of struggled and they didn't play as good as the EULCS finals. So I think if G2 maintains their game level as today, they would have a hard time at MSI.
Well, I think I can agree with that. When talking to a lot of people and the viewers as well, they think that SKT is an absolute favorite for this tournament, and it's kind of up to be decided who will be the second, third, and fourth place. Who do you think will be your biggest challengers this tournament, and why?
지금 많은 사람들이 이제 SKT1 팀이 MSI에서 가장 강력한 우승 후보라고 이제 거의 당연시하게 생각하고 있는데 그럼 이제 반대로 이제 2, 3, 4등 중위권 싸움이 되게 치열할 거라 예상하고 있어요. 근데 페이커 선수는 이제 우승에 가장 크게 걸림돌 낼 수 있는 견제되는 팀이 어디라 생각하시나요?
우선 최근에 오늘 경기만 봐도 RNG 경기력이 굉장히 좀 좋았던 것 같고요. 그리고 좀 중국은 좀 제가 언제나 좀 잘한다고 생각을 해서 RNG가 아무래도 좀 2등을 할 가능성이 높지 않을까 생각하지만 좀 다른 팀들도 2등이랑 크게 차이 없을 것 같아요.
Hey, watching today's RNG's game, I think they performed very well, and I don't know, I just think that LPL in general they're very strong, and so I think RNG will get second place, and I'm not sure about other teams, but it's gonna be very hot competition for the second place for this tournament.
Well, you say RNG second place. Of course, we have to think back to last year's MSI, and SKT is such a successful organization, but that MSI title you to this time take the title home here at MSI.
SKT1 팀이 이제 롤 모든 프로팀 중에서 가장 우승 경력이 많은 그런 엄청난 팀인데 유독 MSI 우승 타이틀만 없어요. 작년에 이제 EDG한테 지면서 그래서 그만큼 이번 대회가 좀 임한 자세가 남다를 것 같은데 MSI 대회가 어떤 의미가 있나요? 페이커 선수한테는?
MSI가 저희가 우승하지 못한 대회라서 중요한 것은 아니고 저는 모든 우승이 중요하다고 생각하고요. 그리고 네 그런 것 같아요.
Okay, it's not that MSI is important because we weren't able to win last year, but I just think that winning every tournament is like same amount of importance to me. So Yeah, just winning MSI is really important for me and the team.
Yeah, winning MSI is important, but winning in general is important. I can stand behind that. Thank you very much, and congratulations, Faker and SKT. With 2 wins on the day, there's still 1 game left to play out here at MSI as Supermassive takes on RNG. We'll be right back with that last game of the day, so don't go anywhere.
Throughout it, gets the heal from Bang. They're going to be going for the full fight. Summoners used across the board, the exhaust as well from Wolf, and they're locking down the priority target. Oh, that is absolutely sick. What? That's just disgusting. I can't see him work back. 2 worlds, 5 OGN splits, in a very possible run now to an MSI championship.